Hello, Annie. Hope all's going well. My laptop has had massive issues with the microphone, so I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible, and hopefully it works because what's this seventh time is a charm. So I've set up some basic data here. IV is your independent variable, which is your x-axis. dv1 is your dependent variable, which is your y-axis, and I've got this set up where you may have done like a trial for each, like 3 trials for each of the independent variables. There's your results, and then you've averaged them, and you get your final result. Now, all these numbers are just the same because I was just doing quick numbers, but let's have a go at using this, and then there'll be some error associated with that dependent variable. You could also technically, depending on how accurate your recording is, and remember thinking that if you were measuring your independent variable with a protractor or a measuring tape or a stopwatch, there's going to be an error associated with that as well. So technically you could have an error in your IV, and we'll come to that with error bars in a second. But let's go from this and maybe I'll delete that out quickly. But let's get graphing. So you want to select all your independent variable, then hold down Control, and then select all your dependent variable, because they are the ones that we're going to want to finally graph. And then we need to go Insert, and you don't want to do line graph. That will give you issues. What we actually want to do is a scatter plot. So click down on the arrow next to scatter plot. We just want to do it with dots. You don't want to do it with lines because that's just a smooth line between them. It's technically not a line of best fit. So we just want to do the dots. And there we go, we've got it. Now if you get something weird going on, like you said, you may have been getting these triple up variables or weird stuff, click on this little chart filter, and all the way down the bottom, click select data. And then this will come up. And now all we need to do is, it's easier, instead of trying to make it work with what you've got there, it's much easier just to, if you have a bunch of list of series, which is probably what's going to appear if you're having issues, is just hit remove on all of them. Just get rid of them all, and then it'll be much easier to work from the start. So now you want to go add. Now series name you don't need to worry about. Series x values, well that's what we want our x values to be, so you want to drag and select all of those. Now series Y values, and if there's anything in these boxes, just again delete everything out, and then drag and select our dependent variable, and then go OK, and that will work. So if you're having issues, click on your series, remove them all, and then that's how you can add them properly. Hit OK, and there we have our graph. Last quick thing, and I'm going to check how my audio is going. It looks like it's working. Yes. We need to add in error bars. And I just need to be able to do this and see the error column. Right, you want to hit the plus, and then you want to go to error bars, but you then want to go to the across arrow and choose more options. And now we've got it there, and it's automatically added in some error bars, and it's added these in as just fixed values, and you can see down here at the bottom right, fixed value. If this doesn't come up, it may have given you something like that. In this chart over here, you can choose fill in line, effects, and then your actual error bar options. So click on that. And what we want to go down, actually what we'll talk about. We'll talk about the horizontal. So horizontal is your error in your x-axis. So that's your error in your independent variable. So if you had an error associated with that, you could add that in. In this case, I don't. But what we do have is an error in our dependent variable, which is an error in our y, so that's our vertical. So we will use that to make these error bars. But first, I'm going to click on horizontal and hit delete. Now, if you did have a horizontal error, you could use the steps for the y-axis in a second. But I'm just going to delete them for now. So all you'd have to do if you want to delete the horizontal error bars, click on the horizontal error bar, hit delete, and then click on the vertical error bar, options, scroll down, and we want to hit custom and specify value. Now again, delete everything out of there, delete everything out of there. Notice how much positive like plus element. Select that, click your negative error value, again, click and select all our errors, and go Okay, and then it's plotted. And now I tried to make this data semi sort of representative in that it's not a perfect straight line. And this data point here, at where x is equal to 8, you can see that it doesn't match the trend at all. It doesn't match the trend and it has a massive error. So we would assume that's an outlier. So you could talk about that in your discussion, say that you could ignore it in calculating your line of best fit. But that's how you do it. If you want to edit your chart time, you can also edit that. But yeah, so that's how you go about doing a chart.